What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Fugazi MMA. I'm back with a new video, man. Today I'm bringing to you UFC 303 full card prediction. Let's get straight to it. First fight to kick off the card: Ricky Simón versus Vinicius Oliveira. I really like this fight, man. We got the younger dude versus like the guy that's been here, veteran of the division, kind of like a gatekeeper now. And I'm gonna pick Ricky Simón, man. I know that Oliveira got a fucking crazy highlight reel in the flying knee knockout in his last one, but he was getting held down by fucking Sopaj, right? Bernardo Sopaj, who held him down. I think it was on short notice as well. And then Sopaj gassed out. Oliveira started beating on him, and got that late finish, right? I think Oliveira has good finishing ability. He's got good kicks, right? But I think Simón is just a more experienced guy, more well-rounded. He can impose his will, take down Oliveira, and just make him work for 3 rounds. I see a Ricky Simón decision here. Moving on, man. We got Andrei Arlovski versus Martin Buday, the old blob fight. And I'm going to go Arlovski here by decision. How else do you pick an Andrei Arlovski fight? This fight is really irrelevant. I don't care about this matchup. Martin Buday literally lost to fucking Shamil Gaziev. His best highlight that they post on Instagram is him submitting Josh Parisian. So, yeah, I don't like this fight at all. Both these guys suck. They're all bums. I don't know how Arlovski's still in the UFC, but, you know, he is. And, yeah, man, we're just going to move on here. Waterson-Gomez versus Gillian Robertson, right? A women's fight, but I actually kind of like this matchup, right? And I'm going Gillian Robertson. I started off picking Waterson-Gomez, but yesterday I was on a stream with my boy, Bad MMA Math. Check him out. I'll put his link in the description. We was on stream breaking down the card, and I kind of heard his logic, right? Gillian Robertson has looked better in her career recently. She's looked improved. She's only 29. I think Michelle's 38. She's lost a lot of explosiveness, and I just think Robertson is gonna, you know, maybe struggle a little bit at first, but Robertson is gonna eventually get to the takedown and get a ground finish either by submission or TKO. I can probably see a rear naked choke from Michelle Waterson getting beat up, turning her back, giving up her neck. Moving on, man. Payton Talbott versus Yanis Ghemmouri. Bro, no brainer here. You gotta go Payton Talbott. There's a lot of people that are betting on him, and he's at like a minus 1,600 favorite. I checked yesterday. Ridiculous, all right? If Jesus Christ came back to life today and got in a fist fight, he shouldn't be a minus 1,600 favorite. It's a fist fight. Payton Talbott can fucking blow both his knees out, right? Crazy odds. If you're betting, bet him by later finish. He's never gotten a first round finish. Bet him by like second or third. They're like minus plus 200 or something. That's great value to me. You know, I ain't no betting expert though. Do this at your own risk. But yeah, I'm picking Payton Talbott by second round knockout. He's that type of guy. He's that dude on my next train, but he should not be a minus 1,600 favorite. Moving on, man. Charles Jourdain versus Gene Silva. Another pretty fire matchup in terms of styles. Charles Jourdain coming off the loss against the fucking mutant Sean Woodson. And I'm going to go Charles Jourdain here. I think Gene Silva looks good, but first of all, why does he have a Lord tattooed under his fucking titties? That's ridiculous. Horrible tattoo. Gene Silva, his best win is against Weston Wilson, who is coming off. That win is aging a little better now, but I don't rate him. Charles Jourdain has fought better opponents. He's fought really good dudes and had success against them. He didn't win those fights, but he made it competitive, and I just think he's a little better than Gene Silva. I don't trust Gene Silva's career so far. He hasn't really had like a solid win. I'm like, all right, this guy's good. Maybe he does it against Charles Jourdain, but I just got to trust the guy who's fought better dudes at the higher level for longer. Moving on, man. Cub Swanson versus Andrei Fili, the old head fight. Tatted old heads. I really like this fight, actually. Both guys are kind of like older in their career. Gatekeepers of the division, fought everybody, and I'm gonna go Andrei Fili here. I think he's a heavy favorite at like minus 200. I don't think Fili's that reliable. He's coming off a knockout loss in Ige where he kind of got fed a fucking horrible matchup on short notice. No shame to losing to Ige when you're unranked, alright? Ige smokes everybody that's unranked. But Cub Swanson's older. He lost his last fight, even though it says a win. He didn't win against Hakeem Dawodu, right? He lost that fight. I just trust Andre Fili to keep his range. And this fight's also at featherweight. Cub is a really small featherweight. I think he's even like a small 135er. And I think Cub is going to look to take risks in this fight because he's older. You know, he doesn't have much to lose at this point. That's where Fili can get knocked out. But I'm going to trust in Fili to kind of piece up Swanson and just get a good decision here. I'm going Andre Fili by decision. Moving on, Joe Pyfer and the fucking power bar, Marc-Andre Barriault. I'm going Joe Pyfer here. This is a comeback matchup for him. He kind of got fraud checked against Jack Hermanson. Losing to Jack Hermanson on the feet is kind of ridiculous, right? I'm talking to you, Chris Curtis. But if there's any lesson he learned from that loss, is that don't trust in his power like he's Ngannou, because you're not Ngannou, bro, right? You don't have that nuclear one-shot power, and I think he's going to be able to set up his shots better against Marc-Andre, who's going to stand in the middle with him and look to exchange and just go shot for shot and kind of impose his will with his volume. And I don't think he's going to be able to do that against a powerful guy like Pyfer. If Pyfer doesn't finish him early, I can see him winning a damage-based decision where he does a lot of damage in the first, wins the second, and maybe loses the third. But I'm going to go Pyfer first round KO here. He's just so much more powerful, and this is a bad style matchup for Barriault, man. Moving on to the main card, we got Ian Garry versus Michael Venom Page. This might be controversial. I'm going Ian Garry here. Michael Page, I know he looked really good against Kevin Holland, but it's Kevin Holland, right? Michael Venom Page has not fought the same level of opponents as Ian Garry. I don't think he could beat a Jeff Neal, right? He definitely beats Neil Magny, but definitely not Jeff Neal. And I think Ian Garry has a good style against Michael Page. Ian Garry will be willing to throw points. He's willing to score points, throw the leg kick, throw the teep, throw the jab. I know he has a reach disadvantage, but it's in the legs here, right? Michael Page is going to look for those big moments where he lands a shot and counters Garry coming in, but I don't think Gary's going to do that. As much as Gary's a little cuck bitch and people don't like him, I don't like him. He has good fight IQ. He keeps it composed inside that cage, and I think he's just going to stick behind his jab, stay with his range, right, and make Michael Venom Page fight his fight. If Garry rushes in like an idiot, which I don't think he will, but if he does, he's getting knocked out. But I don't see him doing that. I see an easy 2-1 decision where he gets 2 rounds, maybe loses one of the first 2, but he's going to start just throwing those investment shots and just adding up points and win the decision through that. Moving on, Mayra Bueno versus Macy Chiasson. Why is this on the main card? Right? Somebody's 10-3's got to go, and I think Macy Chiasson is going to lose here. Mayra Bueno coming off that title fight versus Raquel Pennington where she gassed out after 2 rounds. I don't know what she was doing in that fight, but Mayra Bueno has really good finishing ability, and she punches like a man in the first round. And I think if there's any fight for you to go back and be like, man, I need to hit the treadmill, it would be that last fight where she literally just lost by not being a good athlete. She just lost by not training. So, yeah, man, I see Mayra Bueno going out there to look for a statement. Probably do good in the first, do good in the second, and maybe latch up a submission as she's losing in the 3rd round. So I'm going Mayra Bueno, 3rd round submission against Macy Chiasson, man. Moving on, Anthony Smith versus Roman Dolidze. This fight is fucking cursed, right? First it was Hill versus Roundtree, and then Hill versus Oberg, and then Oberg versus Anthony Smith, and then now it's Anthony Smith versus Roman Dolidze. The blackness is almost gone because Anthony Smith is still here. And I'm going to pick Anthony Smith, man. Roman Dolidze sucks. He's moving up in division on short notice, but he sucks. He can't strike. He doesn't know how to, grapple either. He doesn't know how to... Let me take that back. He knows how to do jiu-jitsu, but he can't get it to the ground to impose his jiu-jitsu. And Anthony Smith has good jiu-jitsu. I think Dolidze is not going to be able to wrestle him. He's going to be the smaller guy at the octagon. And I think Anthony Smith just sticks behind his boxing and gets an easy decision against Dolidze. Maybe Dolidze gets close to like a leg or something, but I doubt Smith is going to let him get that. Yeah, man, Smith by decision. I feel disgusted picking him, but yeah, I just think he's slightly better. Moving on to the co-main event. Already broke this down in a full video on its own. I'm going to link down the top right. Make sure I watch that. Now that Ortega has missed weight and now it's at 55, I wasn't super confident about my pick before. I'm even less confident now, but I'm sticking with Diego Lopes. I'm going by him by decision. I see him doing enough damage in the first two and winning the third to where the fourth and fifth, where he might get beat up a little bit, but I can see him edging out a decision on the scorecard, probably like a split decision or something. And I feel like Ortega's mind isn't really in this fight like Lopez's, right? Ortega was looking to fight on the Sphere 306 at a 155 fight, and he's taking this on short notice for the money. I'm sure he wants to win, but I think it's different for Lopes. For Lopes, this is a chance to get a title shot next. You know, he's the up-and-coming star fighting the veteran, and even though he has way more fights, but yeah, I'm gonna trust in Lopez's readiness, right? I think his cardio has improved, and yeah, man, Diego Lopes by decision here. Moving on to the main event, Alex Pereira versus Jiri Prochazka. Man, this is such a close fight. At first, I thought Alex, right? And then I watched people break it down. I watched MMA Guru, and I could see how Jiri wins. And I rewatched that first fight. Jiri was doing really good, right? And he has a real path to victory here, but so does Alex. And my pick here will be Alex Pereira by third round, fourth round KO. Basically like the first fight where he keeps the range, leg kicks Prochazka as he comes in, right? Uses jab, and look for that left hook. I think Prochazka is going to be more ready, and he could definitely get a first round finish here. But I think Pereira is just a higher level kickboxer. He's just a more technical striker. He's going to be able to set up that shot, maybe get Prochazka when he's coming in. But I can see him pressuring Prochazka, man. Prochazka is that fighter where he stands his ground, and I don't think he does as well moving backwards. And I think Pereira's going to look to impose his will in this matchup and get like, kind of like how he smoked Jamal Hill, where he kind of presses him against the cage to land that left hook. Definitely a dangerous fight for both guys. Either way, I'm going to be watching, and yeah, man, I'm really excited about this matchup, actually. The closer it gets, the more excited I am for it. And that's how you know this is a great card. This card has gotten a lot better since McGregor pulled out. And I will be doing a fight companion tomorrow, right? Probably as the main card starts, because, you know, I have other stuff going on in my life. UFC is all my life. I'll be watching, but I won't be streaming. Probably like the lower fights. But yeah, man, that has been my full card prediction for UFC 303. Let me know how it did in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, man, that's been me, Fugazi MMA. Y'all have a good day, man. Peace out.